Welcome back to MINExpo International 2024. I'm Ashley Burke with the National Mining Association, and you're watching NMA TV. This afternoon, I am joined by Cory Stevens, who is the Senior Vice President at Freeport-McMoRan. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, thanks for letting me be here.
How's the show going for you so far?
The show is awesome. It's been great to bump into old friends that you haven't seen in several years, or learn about new technologies, and the vendors and suppliers have pulled out all the stops to make it special for the industry.
And walk a couple miles around the convention center?
Just a couple, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Freeport-McMoRan and your role there.
Yeah, so we're the world's leading copper producer. We've got operations, both in the Americas and in Indonesia. We produce roughly 10% of the world's copper, and we're also the #1 molybdenum producer as a byproduct.
Okay, and I understand you've been with the company for quite some time. You've held different positions in both is North and South America as well? Is that correct?
So I joined the company as an engineer 28 years ago.
Okay.
I've worked at a number of different mine sites in North America, in South America. I've been in the corporate group now. I've run all the corporate technical services groups, so to support centrally major initiatives, engineering and construction, research and development, tailings dam management and construction. So it's a pretty dynamic,
so all the really easy stuff,
fun stuff, yeah.
So right now, speaking of difficult projects, you are working on a new smelter project in Indonesia. Is that correct?
Yes, we are.
So before we even get into that, tell our viewers who don't know anything about smelters, what's involved there?
Yeah, so when a concentrator produces an intermediate product, concentrate, it's about 30% copper.
Okay.
And so we take that in a smelter, and we basically turn that into a saleable 5/9 product cathode that can be sold for application and development into materials.
I think that's one of the biggest misperceptions around minerals mining, is that people think you take a product out of the ground and then you can sell it, but there's a lot that needs to happen before you go to market, correct?
Yes, there's a ton that goes on in just making all the different steps and making sure that you've got the right quality and the application that the customer needs.
Sure. So tell us specifically about the project in Indonesia.
Yeah, so we're building the world's biggest single-line smelter at 1.7 million metric tons of concentrate we can process annually. This has been a giant effort. It's immense. It covers about 1 square mile of area.
Wow.
And we're in the process of making it commissioned right now.
So where are you in the process on like a time horizon? I know that's probably something that you don't want to guesstimate around, but
it is amazing. So you're in the middle of it, and there's all kinds of different activities, and everybody's overcoming different challenges, and the construction's largely complete at this point in time. But all the work and making sure that the instrumentations and the systems all work together. There's 45,000 pieces of instrumentation that have to be. You have to check to make sure you've got the connections right, and then you got to calibrate it, and then you got to make sure that the control systems are working properly to make the music of operating the plant.
Sure.
But just this week, we had the president of Indonesia inaugurated the plant.
Oh, wow.
And so the country is super excited about,
of course,
having this downstream capabilities that they're now going to have final products that they're going to produce within the Indonesian country and allow them to be more competitive on a global scale.
Sure. So now that you're this far into the project, construction's almost complete, any lessons learned at this stage that you would carry into the next project?
Yeah, don't build a smelter during a pandemic. That would be like #1. No, but there's been a ton of challenges, whether it was COVID, whether it's the supply chain issues. But every project that we go in, we practice what's called a one-team philosophy, and it's It's all about having everybody working towards a purpose of the goals of the project, but not getting, it's not us versus them, it's not Freeport versus a contractor, or it's just everybody working to solve the challenges and the problems that we face and overcome those in a way that makes the project successful. And it's super gratifying. I mean, it can be hectic and stressful while you're in the middle of it, but it's super gratifying to come out of it, and I'm always amazed by the team and the resilience that they have and the spirit that they show to make things happen no matter what.
Well, that seems to also, from what I know of Freeport, that seems to be very true to the company. I mean, you are a company that gets so involved in the communities that surround any project that you have, and I think it's true of mining in general. I mean, you have people who work in mines, they live there, their kids live there, they go to school there, and you really care about the community. And I've just heard time and time again about great things that Freeport has done. So it really seems ingrained in the values of the company. So my hat off to Freeport for doing things the right way.
Well, thank you. I couldn't be more proud of being part of this company and what we're able to do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time.
Great. No, thank you.
And all of you, please stay tuned with us. In just a few minutes, we're going to come back and speak with Adam Ekman, who's the president and CEO of the Colorado Mining Association. Thanks so much, and stay tuned.